Listen closely. The fire that burns in every human heart is waiting for our permission to roar. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast canyon at dawn, pale light spilling across sheer walls carved by centuries of water and wind. That canyon is your mind. Its depths hold treasures buried beneath layers of doubt, neglect, and fear. The question is not whether you possess gold, you do. The question is whether you have the will to descend, torch in hand, and claim it. Begin now. Breathe deep, inhaling possibility. Feel the ground beneath your feet, the pulse of life thrumming through your veins. This moment is a junction, a crossroads where everything you've been separated from everything you will become. Behind you lie the specters of not enough, too late, ordinary. Ahead lies the possibility of unlimited wealth, not merely coins and contracts, but richness of idea, abundance of opportunity, freedom of spirit. To unlock it, you must first forge a mindset unbreakable as steel. Mindset is not a passive trait. It's a living, breathing ally forged in the smithy of your thoughts. Picture Henry Ford in his barn, fiddling with pistons. He didn't accept the impossibility of horseless travel. He saw a machine that rocked the world. He imagined it until every skeptic fell silent. Like Ford, you must cultivate a mind that sees more than what currently exists, a mind that sees what can be. This is not wishful thinking. This is disciplined imagination meeting unwavering belief. Belief, that incandescent core at the heart of transformation, must be nourished daily. When Thomas Edison endured thousands of failed experiments, he didn't see failure. He saw, "I've found another way that doesn't work." He believed in the filament's victory, and so did his mind. You must adopt that same unshakable faith in your vision. Whisper it in the silence before dawn. I am destined to attract wealth beyond measure. I will not accept anything less. Let those words echo in every corridor of your consciousness until doubt dissolves like morning mist. Clarity follows belief. You cannot navigate a ship without charting a course. Write down your goals with the precision of a cartographer mapping unknown seas, not vague abstract wishes, specific targets, the amount you will earn, the impact you will make, the legacy you will leave. Andrew Carnegie, once a poor Scottish immigrant, believed in steel on an epic scale. He honed his purpose until every decision funneled toward that single aim. When you commit to clarity, the universe shifts to reveal the paths that lead you there. Vision fueled by clarity becomes your North Star. It draws you through storms of adversity. As you sharpen your vision, you must also polish your inner compass, purpose. Wealth without purpose is like a sword without a wielder. It dazzles but accomplishes nothing. Dig deep into the soil of your soul and find the reason that sets your heart racing. Is it the desire to lift your family from want, to pioneer breakthroughs in technology, art, or education, to build something so profound that centuries will remember your name? Let that purpose infuse every breath, every heartbeat. Discipline is the engine that drives vision into reality. It transforms abstract ideas into concrete actions. Witness Walt Disney, who faced bankruptcy and disbelief at every turn, yet rose each morning with the same unwavering commitment. Draw the next frame, build the next attraction, believe in the magic before it existed. His daily rituals, early sketches, relentless revisions became the building blocks of an empire. Your discipline might look different, but its essence is the same consistent, unyielding effort aimed at your dreams. Action without strategy is reckless. Strategy without action is impotent. Unite them. Craft a plan that aligns your daily tasks with your grandest goals. If you seek to create multiple streams of income, break that aspiration into monthly milestones, weekly sprints, even hourly to-dos. Fire off that email. Make that call. Invest that time. Learn that skill. Celebrate small victories. Every call made, every page written, every dollar saved. These are the breadcrumbs that lead to the banquet of wealth. You will encounter obstacles, inevitable bends in the road. When they come, stand tall in gratitude. Gratitude is the alchemist's secret. It transmutes hardship into wisdom, lack into abundance. As you read these words, pause and name 3 things you appreciate: your health, your mentors, even the stubborn obstacles that force you to grow. That simple ritual rewires your brain to see more reasons to be grateful, which in turn amplifies your ability to attract what you desire. Adaptability is your shield in the chaos of a changing world. Just as Lincoln navigated a nation torn by conflict, you must learn to pivot with purpose. Markets will shift, technologies will evolve, trends will wax and wane. Those who cling stubbornly to old ways will be left behind. Those who learn, unlearn, and relearn will harvest opportunity. Commit now to lifelong learning. Books, mentors, experiments, failures, each one a teacher guiding you toward greater heights. Resilience is born in the trenches of adversity. Picture a seed germinating beneath 1,000 pounds of soil. It cracks through because it's alive with possibility. So are you. When rejection letters land in your inbox, when deals fall through, when your own doubts claw at your confidence, dig deeper. Let each setback become a stepping stone. Raise your voice and declare, I will bend, but I will not break. From resilience flows mastery, an endless cycle of reflection, adaptation, and growth. Study the stories of Carnegie, Edison, Disney, Ford, Lincoln, ordinary men who achieved the extraordinary because they mastered fundamentals, belief, clarity, purpose, action. Learn from them. Then forge your own legends. As you stand at the threshold of your potential, recognize that the mind is more than a vessel. It is a razor's edge, forged by thought and honed by practice. You are now the master craftsman, wielding ideas as chisels to sculpt your destiny. But what of the infinite mind beyond conscious thought, the reservoir of creativity sleeping in your subconscious? It whispers truths and patterns that logic cannot touch. To tap this wellspring, cultivate stillness. Steal moments each day to sit in silence. No screens, no lists, no noise, just you and the quiet hum of possibility. In that suspended space, your subconscious will speak in symbols, images, sudden insights. Trust them. Record every flash of genius, for these are the seeds of breakthroughs yet to come. Now imagine energy as the currency of success, flowing between people and ideas like currents in a vast ocean. You must become a conductor of this energy, magnetizing opportunity with your presence. Speak with conviction. Let your words carry weight, not as mere syllables, but as forces that shape perception. When you enter a room, carry an aura of abundance so palpable that others feel drawn into your orbit. Practice charisma as a skill. Maintain eye contact that conveys respect and confidence. Listen with genuine curiosity. Respond with stories that illuminate shared humanity. In every handshake, every exchange, you are forging connections that will return dividends far greater than any balance sheet can capture. But beware, the mind also harbors saboteurs, voices of doubt, fear of failure, paralyzing perfectionism. When they arise, do not wrestle with them. Observe them. Stand apart as witness to their chatter. Label each thought. That is fear speaking, or that is my inner critic. By naming these voices, you remove their power. They become spectators in your story, not actors controlling the plot. Then deliberately inject new thoughts, affirmations of strength, gratitude for progress, vivid images of your future abundance. Repeat them until they form neural pathways, bridges sweeping you across the chasms of uncertainty. Harness the compound effect of small actions multiplied over time. Wealth, real, sustainable wealth, does not explode overnight like fireworks. It builds like a cathedral, brick by brick, day by day. Set micro goals that stretch you just beyond comfortable, challenging yet achievable. A single page written, one extra call made, a 5-minute meditation before sunrise. These are the humble bricks that, stacked with faith and consistency, build empires. Celebrate each one. Dance in your kitchen when you close that deal. Whisper a thank you prayer under your breath when you master a new skill. Joy is fuel, and gratitude is the oil that keeps your engine running smoothly. Turn your mind into a beacon, broadcasting the frequency of abundance across the universe. Visualize your life as a cinema screen, playing a film where you already possess the wealth you seek. Feel the texture of your success, the crispness of those bills in your hand, the light in your partner's eyes, the relief in your heart as obligations dissolve. Immerse yourself in that reality until every cell in your body vibrates with expectancy. Then carry that vibration into your actions. Walk, talk, negotiate, and network as though the world already recognizes your value. In doing so, you collapse the gap between present and future, drawing your desires into your reality as surely as gravity pulls the earth to the sun. Yet true wealth is multifaceted, not merely financial, but emotional, relational, spiritual. Do not sacrifice one for the other in blind pursuit of numbers. Schedule time for those you love. Nurture your body with movement and nourishment. Feed your soul with art, nature, and quiet reflection. These investments pay dividends in clarity, resilience, and joy. As your net worth grows, so too should your capacity for generosity. Wealth unshared is wealth wasted. Commit today to tithe your energy and resources, your time, knowledge, money, into causes that uplift your community. When you pour forth abundance, the laws of reciprocity ensure that more returns to you, often in unexpected forms: a mentor's advice, a partnership offer, a sudden alignment of circumstances. Recall Abraham Lincoln's journey from backwoods lawyer to president of a fractured nation. He faced ridicule, depression, and defeat at every turn, yet he persisted with a consciousness anchored in humility and service. Wealth bound in service becomes legacy. What will your story be? Will it be a footnote in history or a chapter that changes the course of lives? Will your legacy be counted merely in figures, or in the hearts you've touched, the minds you've inspired, the transformations you've sparked? The answer lies not in lofty speak, but in your choices today. Choose thoughts of empowerment. Choose actions of courage. Choose gratitude over resentment, generosity over greed. As the sun crests the horizon of your future, know this: the canyon of your mind awaits your descent, but you are already equipped. Your torch is belief. Your rope is discipline. Your map is clarity. Your compass is purpose. You have awakened the forces of mindset, belief, clarity, vision, purpose, discipline, action, gratitude, adaptability, resilience, and learning. Now fuse them. Let them whirl together like stars in a galaxy, coalescing into a singularity of creation. Launch yourself into that infinite realm where thought births reality, where unlimited wealth is not a dream but a living, breathing condition of being. Take a single step forward, then another, and another. There is no finish line here, only horizons that expand as you approach. Today you train your mind to attract unlimited wealth. Tomorrow you become the wealth. The river begins with a drop, the empire with a single brick, the legend with one bold decision. Make it now. Eternity awaits your greatness. Now, in this crucible of transformation, recognize that momentum is the invisible force that carries you beyond the friction of doubt. Once you take that first deliberate step, the universe rearranges itself to accommodate your forward motion. Like a boulder perched at the edge of a hill, a little push can set off an avalanche of opportunity. Yet too often we scrape the surface, timidly inching forward, afraid to unleash the full might of our intention. Today, choose audacity. Let your actions resonate with the thunder of your conviction. Proclaim your goals to the dawn, then charge toward them with the ferocity of a tempest. As you accelerate, honor the balance between persistence and flow. Picture water carving its way through ancient rock. It never halts in its quest, yet it yields when faced with an unassailable cliff, simply rerouting itself until a new path appears. In the same way, be relentless in pursuit of your wealth, but supple enough to pivot when signs point another way. When a strategy falters, when a deal dissolves, or a market shifts, see it not as a defeat, but as a tributary guiding you toward a richer current. Adaptation is not surrender. It is wisdom in action. Within this dynamic interplay of will and wisdom lies another powerful asset: intuition. This subtle sense, honed by experience and sharpened by awareness, speaks in whispers rather than shouts. It's the sudden insight at midnight, the gut feeling that guides you past hidden reefs. To cultivate it, listen to your body's signals, the contraction of fear, the expansion of excitement. Journal your dreams, for they often weave messages from the depths of your psyche. Over time, you'll build a bridge between conscious strategy and subconscious insight, allowing you to make decisions that transcend logic and tap directly into the flow of creative abundance. Collaboration is the amplifier of vision. No empire rises on one man's shoulders alone. Even Henry Ford relied on brilliant engineers, Edison on talented craftsmen, Disney on teams of artists who breathed life into his sketches. As you ascend, seek those whose strengths complement your own. Cultivate alliances rooted in shared purpose, mutual respect, and the understanding that together you can achieve more than apart. In every handshake, in every contract, infuse generosity, give more value than you receive. This creates a magnetic field of reciprocity, drawing to you opportunities and partners who will amplify your efforts immeasurably. Leadership then becomes your currency of influence. True leaders do not demand, they inspire. They draw others into the grand tapestry of a shared dream. To lead effectively, master the art of storytelling. Words are powerful spells. They can ignite courage, soothe fear, and kindle hope. Craft narratives that cast you and your allies as protagonists in a heroic saga, battling the dragons of scarcity and adversity to claim the treasure of prosperity. Speak not of profit alone, but of purpose, of how your collective success will transform lives, reshape industries, or elevate humanity itself. But heed this, no amount of external success can substitute for inner peace. As you race toward your goals, guard your mental and emotional hygiene. Unplug regularly. Wander in nature. Read poetry. Sit quietly and breathe. These practices restore your energy, deepen your clarity, and ensure that your pursuit of wealth never eclipses the wealth of joy and presence that exists now. Remember, money is a tool, not a measure of your worth. Your intrinsic value precedes and exceeds any financial statement. Herein lies the secret of sustainable prosperity. Integrate your wealth into the broader ecosystem of your life. Ask yourself daily, how can this decision today nourish my body, uplift my relationships, contribute to my community? If your answer resonates with integrity, proceed with confidence, knowing that every action will reverberate through the web of existence, multiplying your returns in visible and invisible ways. As your victories accrue, cultivate humility. Let gratitude be the anthem of your journey. Recognize the many hands seen and unseen that have guided you, the mentor who lent you a book, the janitor who smiled encouragement, the struggle that taught an invaluable lesson. When the world applauds your success, bow to the forces that carried you, the laws of cause and effect, the power of belief, the symphony of collaboration and adaptation. Look now at the mountain you've begun to ascend. Feel the exhilaration of the climb, the wind of accomplishment at your back. Ahead lies more peak after peak, each one taller, each summit more luminous. Wealth, like the horizon, expands as you approach. There is no end point, only new vistas of possibility. So move with courage and humility, boldness and grace, urgency and patience. This journey is not measured in spreadsheets, but in the alchemy of your mind and heart. You have learned to harness belief, to forge clarity, to align vision with purpose, to build discipline and momentum, to adapt and collaborate, to lead with story, to honor your inner world. You have descended into the canyon of your subconscious and awakened the currents of intuition. You have built bridges between thought and reality, between self and others, between ambition and service. Now let that knowledge ignite your next step. Take a breath. Feel the power that courses through your being. Plant your foot firmly on the path and stride forward. With each step you magnetize wealth, financial, emotional, relational, spiritual, into your life. The treasures buried in your mind surge upward, drawn by the force of your intention. You are the architect of your destiny, the captain of your soul, the alchemist of your reality. And so, as the camera pulls back, revealing you poised on the summit of your becoming, know this, the mind you train today becomes the wealth you inhabit tomorrow. The canyon's depths yield riches beyond imagining to those brave enough to explore. Your torch of belief will never burn out, for its fuel is the infinite potential within you. Walk on, forever learning, forever growing, forever attracting unlimited wealth. The world awaits the greatness that only you can deliver. Yet even as you ascend, remember the true measure of wealth is not what you hoard, but what you sow. Imagine a river that flows from your soul. Every action, every word, every intention pours from that torrent. Does it nourish the fields of possibility around you, or does it stagnate in self-interest? True abundance emerges when you become a conduit, not a container. As your bank account swells, let your generosity grow in equal measure. Seed scholarships, sponsor innovation, lend your time and expertise freely. These acts of sacrificial giving do more than uplift others. They affirm the truth that wealth is a circulatory system, pulsing through community, bouncing back richer and stronger. Daily practice is the kiln in which your transformation is fired. Before the world stirs, offer the first fruits of your attention to your mind's peak performance. Meditate on your vision, feel the contours of your success as if you already stand within its glow. Visualize the steps you will take today, mapping each action to your highest goals. Then write, read, speak, immerse yourself in the language of progress. Select one book on mastery this week, take one course on skill you lack. Write one page in your journal describing your breakthroughs. These small rituals, repeated without fail, forge a chain of excellence that binds you to your ideal self. Over time, the weight of your consistency becomes heavier than doubt, anchoring you in the reality you choose. Challenge your mind to grow beyond comfort. Embrace the tension that precedes expansion. At Carnegie Hall, the great performers did not rehearse only the parts they could already play. They practiced the passages that tested them, refining calluses on their fingertips and courage in their spirit. In your life, identify the edges where your fear meets your ambition. Public speaking, negotiating, coding, marketing, networking, and push relentlessly into that space. Each encounter with discomfort is a spark that ignites your capacity to thrive. Celebrate these moments of stretching, for they mark your progress more than any trophy or paycheck. Set aside sacred time each week for reflection and refinement. Review your wins and your missteps with equal curiosity. What worked, what didn't, and why. This practice of analytical gratitude equips you to steer your journey with precision. It teaches you to battle test your strategies and discard those that bear no fruit. As Edison once noted, opportunity is missed by most people because it is dressed in overalls and looks like work. Honors the rigor of your process. Inspect your habits and systematize the ones that advance you. Dismantle the ones that hold you back. Now cast your gaze forward, imagining not only the person you will become, but the world you will shape. Every empire leaves ripples in history. Every fortune tells a story. What narrative will yours convey? Will it be one of exploitative greed and hollow victory, or one of uplifting collaboration, transformative innovation, and enduring stewardship? Choose today to author a legacy marked by integrity. Write your story with the ink of your actions, chapter by chapter, day by day. Harness the power of community. Seek out peers who share your hunger for growth. Mastermind groups, networking forums, accountability partners. In their triumphs and trials, find mirrors reflecting your own potential and pitfalls. Share your insights generously. Receive their feedback with grace. Each conversation, each brainstorming session, each shared meal of ideas multiplies the possibilities in your life. Build your circle so that its circumference touches every facet of your ambition. Mentors for guidance, peers for support, novices for teaching. In teaching, you cement your knowledge. In mentoring, you magnify your impact. Understand that the wealth you chase today forms the bedrock of a future you will inhabit tomorrow. As you accumulate resources, dedicate a portion to the future you. Invest not only in markets, but in your physical health, your intellectual growth, and your spiritual well-being. Build habits, sleep patterns that regenerate, movement routines that energize, learning sprints that expand your mind. This holistic investment ensures that when opportunity knocks, you answer not as a depleted husk, but as a fully resourced vessel, ready to seize it. As night falls and the day concludes, close the circle with gratitude. Acknowledge the day's victories, no matter how small, and the lessons etched by its challenges. Write down 3 things you're grateful for. Perhaps the clarity gained from a tough conversation, the spark of insight in a brainstorming session, the support from a colleague or friend. This evening ritual trains your mind to spotlight abundance, rewiring your neural pathways to seek opportunity rather than scarcity. Feel now the symphony of your being, the rhythm of your heartbeat syncing with the cadence of your purpose, the harmonics of your breath aligning with the melody of your dreams. You have become both composer and performer in the grand concerto of your destiny. Each thought you think, each choice you make, each action you take adds another note to the opus of your life. And so, as the final frames of this voiceover fade into the twilight of your consciousness, carry with you one unassailable truth. Unlimited wealth begins and ends with the mind that dares to believe it can. Train that mind relentlessly. Feed it with belief, clarity, vision, and purpose. Temper it with discipline, gratitude, adaptability, and resilience. Ignite it with momentum, intuition, collaboration, and leadership. Enrich it with generosity, reflection, and community. Then stand back and watch the universe respond as though awakening to the call of its greatest creation, you. Now rise. Take that breath. Feel the fire in your belly and the steel in your spine. Walk forward into the world not as a supplicant, but as a sovereign of your fate, magnetizing wealth, material and immaterial, into every corner of your existence. Your life, now fully unleashed, stands as testament to the power of a trained mind. Go forth and claim what is yours. The canyon's depths have yielded their treasures. Now pour forth your riches into the world, and behold how they multiply beyond measure. And now, as the dawn of your next chapter breaks, remember that the grand tapestry of wealth is woven not only with threads of earnings and assets, but with the golden strands of influence, legacy, and transformation. The greatest architects of fortune, Carnegie, Rockefeller, Oprah, knew that true prosperity ripples outward, touching lives, reshaping destinies, and forging a future none could have imagined alone. Let your wealth become an instrument for change, fund inventions that heal, initiatives that educate, movements that unite. Envision a world sculpted by your generosity, each act of giving sending concentric waves of possibility across oceans and generations. To sustain this momentum, cultivate rituals that anchor you in your highest self. Rise before the sun when the air is crisp and the world is silent to perform your morning alchemy. A session of deep reflection followed by a burst of strategic action. Write 3 bold intentions for the day, aligned like laser beams on your grand vision. Then, before digital distractions claim your mind, tackle the most pivotal task, the one that leans heavily into growth and stretches your capabilities. These power hours become the foundation of your productivity, the crucible in which ordinary hours are transmuted into extraordinary progress. Midday, reconnect with your body and spirit. A brief movement practice, stretching, yoga, a brisk walk resets your energy, renews your focus, and reminds you that the vessel of your ambition is a living, breathing organism. Hydrate, nourish yourself with whole foods that fuel mental clarity, and pause to express gratitude for the resources enabling your journey. This interlude is not an interruption, it is a strategic investment. It ensures your mind remains sharp for the negotiations, the decisions, the creative breakthroughs awaiting you. In the afternoon, leverage the power of batching to magnify your efficiency. Group similar tasks, emails, calls, research into focused blocks, eliminating the drain of context switching. When you engage deeply, fully present, you access flow, that elusive state where time dissolves and ideas cascade. In flow, you solve problems with elegant precision, negotiate with calm confidence, and innovate with boundless curiosity. Cultivate it with respect. Guard your flow blocks as fiercely as you would protect a lion's den, free from interruptions and distractions. Evening offers another portal to growth. As the world winds down, turn your attention outward, seek connection. Share insights at a mastermind dinner, offer mentorship to an aspiring entrepreneur, or simply engage in heartfelt conversation with loved ones. These exchanges enrich your understanding, deepen your empathy, and expand your network in ways spreadsheets cannot quantify. Through authentic connection, you activate the multiplier effect. Your knowledge lifts others, and their successes, in turn, uplift you. Nightfall brings the final ritual, reflection and release. In the quiet glow of lamplight, review your day with unflinching honesty. Celebrate your triumphs. No victory is too small to acknowledge, and dissect your missteps with curiosity rather than self-criticism. Ask yourself, what did I learn? How can I refine my approach? Then, before sleep carries you into the fertile realm of dreams, commit your intentions for tomorrow to the page. This practice closes the cycle, transferring the day's lessons into the subconscious, where solutions often crystallize as visions in the night. Beyond daily habits, anchor your ambition in a higher purpose. Ask not only, how can I earn more, but how can I leverage this abundance to solve pressing problems? When your wealth is tethered to meaningful service, feeding the hungry, educating the underserved, protecting the planet, it expands exponentially. Purpose fuels perseverance. When challenges arise, as they inevitably will, the fire of service will outshine the cold embers of self-interest. It will carry you through the darkest nights with the conviction that you are part of something far greater than any individual achievement. And so, as you stand on the precipice of your most audacious dreams, harness the cycle of creation that flows through your mind, your heart, and your hands. Your thoughts become impulses, impulses become actions, actions become habits, habits become character, character becomes destiny. Each link in that chain is forged by decision, by intention, by the fierce determination to craft a life of unlimited wealth in all its dimensions. Picture your legacy as a shining constellation in the night sky, each star a life you've touched, each beam a possibility you've ignited. The pattern you draw across the heavens reveals not just what you achieved, but who you inspired to take up the mantle of abundance and pass it forward. This is the true alchemy of wealth, transforming base resources into golden opportunities for everyone they touch. So now, with the torch of belief ablaze in your grasp, step boldly into the unfolding horizon. Remember that every moment is a seed of potential, every choice a vote cast for the future you desire. When doubt whispers, let the roar of your convictions answer. When fatigue threatens, recall the vision that first summoned you, the canyon lit by your torch, the summit awaiting your arrival. And when triumph arrives, as it assuredly will, let humility be your guide and gratitude your crown. Today you train your mind, tomorrow you inhabit its wealth. Today you plant seeds, tomorrow you harvest forests of abundance. Today you ignite a spark, tomorrow you become the sunrise. The canyon of your consciousness has opened, revealing treasures beyond measure. Now carry them forth into boardrooms, studios, laboratories, communities, infusing every corner of existence with the unstoppable power of a mind trained for unlimited wealth. The journey continues, unbroken, unbounded, eternal. As you move forward, remember that the path is the prize. Each step, each breath, each thought is a brushstroke on the canvas of your destiny. Paint boldly, shine fiercely, thrive endlessly. You are the master of your mind, the architect of abundance, the herald of a new era in which only those who dare to envision the impossible will chart the course of history. Go now and claim your birthright, a life of limitless wealth, shining outward from the depths of your extraordinary mind. In this unending odyssey of expansion, one truth stands unshakable. You are both the sculptor and the clay of your reality. Each thought you entertain, each belief you nurture, molds the future you will inhabit. As the seasons change the landscape, so too will your inner world transform the circumstances around you. Now, wield that creative force with reverence. Turn inward for a moment. Feel the cadence of your breath, the pulse of energy coursing through your limbs. That vitality is your birthright. Too often we treat our physical vessel as a mere vehicle for ambition, neglecting its needs in blind pursuit of external markers. But the body is not a bystander. It is a collaborator. Feed it with nourishing fuel, move it with joyful exertion, rest it with gracious slumber. As your mind's capacity for vision expands, so must your commitment to bodily stewardship. For when mind and body align in harmony, you unlock a reservoir of energy few ever experience, a reservoir that propels you beyond limits, carrying you on currents of vitality straight to your goals. Now, cast your gaze upon the landscape of your social sphere. We humans are wired for connection. Our greatest triumphs arise in concert with others. Surround yourself with those who elevate your vibration, people who embody the virtues you seek to cultivate. Let go of relationships that drain you, conversations that cloud your clarity, alliances that undermine your purpose. This is not cruelty, it is preservation. By curating your circle, you create an ecosystem of mutual growth, where every interaction becomes fertile soil for new ideas, new partnerships, new wealth in its myriad forms. As your network flourishes, so too does your reputation, the silent currency of influence. Reputation is forged by consistent integrity, doing what you say, honoring your word, delivering value without expectation of immediate return. When you become known as someone who elevates every project, who uplifts every team, who enriches every endeavor, the doors of opportunity swing open with ease. People want to work with those they trust, whom they believe will deliver not only profits but purpose. Purpose, in fact, is the gravitational center around which all your pursuits must orbit. Wealth without purpose is like a ship without a rudder, powerful but directionless. Revisit your why. Recall the spark that ignited your journey, the problem that sets your soul aflame, the dream that refuses to let you rest, the legacy you long to leave. Let that purpose be the voice that guides every decision, whispers in every strategy session, and resonates in every keynote address you deliver. When purpose aligns with profit, you step into a realm of effortless flow, where work feels like play and success feels like service. In this sacred alliance of profit and purpose, your creativity becomes your most potent asset. Innovation is the alchemy that converts ideas into wealth, wealth into impact, impact into enduring legacy. But creativity demands room to breathe. Give yourself permission to wander through art galleries, through forests, through conversations unbound by agenda. Seek inspiration in the whispers of strangers, in the patterns of nature, in the nuances of history. When you immerse yourself in diverse stimuli, you forge connections between seemingly unrelated ideas, birthing breakthroughs that others deem impossible. Champion curiosity as you would discipline. Let questions lead you down rabbit holes. Let what if become your mantra. Of course, creativity alone is like a fire without fuel. It must be paired with execution. Here lies the eternal dance between imagination and implementation. Ideas unexecuted remain phantoms. Execution without imagination is mere busy work. You must bridge that divide with precise rituals. Weekly idea sprints where you generate 3 bold concepts, followed by action sprints where you prototype one before the week's end. Test, measure, iterate, and then scale what works. This rhythm of ideation and implementation becomes your hallmark, distinguishing you not only as a visionary, but as a formidable executor. Financial intelligence is your map for navigating the terrain of wealth. Study the rules of capital, assets versus liabilities, leverage versus risk, cash flow versus static equity. These concepts may sound mechanical, but they carry the lifeblood of opportunity. Develop the discipline to track every dollar that enters and leaves your domain. Allocate funds with intention, a portion for reinvestment, a portion for expansion, a portion for security, and a portion for joy. Treat money as a loyal servant, one that flourishes under direction and discipline, yet with whom you share joy's spoils. As you amass resources, consider the multiplier effect of strategic investments, real estate, intellectual property, equity in ventures that align with your purpose. Each holds the promise of passive growth, amplifying your impact without demanding constant toil. Seek wisdom from those who have tread these paths. Read their biographies, sit at the feet of mentors, dissect their decisions, but temper their lessons with your own context. The world you shape must reflect your unique vision, not a photocopy of someone else's. Gratitude remains your compass throughout this journey. In the face of meteoric successes or brutal setbacks, gratitude centers your mind in the present, reminding you that every moment is a gift. Keep a gratitude ledger, not merely of things you receive, but of people you touch, of growth you witness, of insights you harvest. This ledger becomes a testament to your progress, a ledger written in experiences, relationships, and transformations rather than digits on a screen. Finally, embrace the role of steward. As you stand atop each summit, survey the landscape you've traversed, the valleys of struggle, the cliffs of decision, the rivers of opportunity. Recognize the interconnectedness of all things, how your success is woven from the collective endeavors of countless unseen lives. Stewardship calls you to give back on a scale that transcends personal ambition, build institutions, fund scholarships, champion causes that resonate with your purpose. In doing so, you create a legacy that outlives your lifetime, a testament to the power of a mind trained for unlimited wealth. So as this narrative courses through your veins like molten steel, know that the next steps you take are not mere motions but milestones in the epic of your becoming. Walk with audacity, lead with humility, create with intuition, execute with discipline, give with generosity, and reflect with gratitude. Let your mind be the crucible where raw potential is alchemized into living abundance, a wealth that ripples through communities, reshapes industries, and resonates across generations. Your story is not yet written. Its blank pages await the imprint of your deeds. Turn the page now. Begin the next chapter with courage, unwavering and conviction unbowed. The canyon of your consciousness has revealed its treasures. Now let your life pour forth those riches into every corner of existence. By training your mind, you have already claimed unlimited wealth. By living its principles, you will embody it. Go forth and let the world bear witness to the masterpiece you create. As the final embers of this voiceover flicker in your consciousness, let one overarching truth settle deep into your marrow. Wealth is not a destination, it is an ongoing creation, a dynamic symphony composed moment by moment. Each decision, no matter how minute, resonates across the fabric of your reality, rippling outward to shape the world you and others inhabit. This is the ultimate power of a mind trained to attract unlimited wealth. It refuses to accept static conditions, transforming every circumstance into the next canvas for possibility. Now stand in the light of that realization. See yourself not as a lone wanderer, but as the hub of an ever-expanding web, connections of influence, innovation, and impact radiating from you in every direction. Your journey is both singular and collective. Singular in the mastery you bring to your own inner world. Collective in the ways your success empowers and uplifts those around you. This duality is the apex of abundance. When your personal triumphs catalyze collective progress, the magnitude of your wealth becomes boundless. Allow this vision to permeate every layer of your life. In your morning rituals, let the faces of those you wish to serve stand alongside your own reflection, reminding you that your work is a bridge between dream and reality. In your boardroom or studio, recognize that every strategy session and every creative brainstorm carries within it the power to alter destinies. In your moments of rest, celebrate the knowledge that even in stillness your mind continues to weave the threads of future fortunes. Grasp, too, the paradox at the heart of true power. To possess it, you must give it away. The more generously you share your knowledge, your time, your resources, the more the universe conspires to return them to you multiplied. This is not mere platitude, it is law. Think of a single candle lighting another. The original flame is undiminished, yet the room grows ever brighter. Your generosity behaves the same way. Every act of service you perform fans the flames of collective prosperity, illuminating new paths for innovation and opportunity. Keep your spirit anchored in humility, for humility is the bedrock of both learning and leadership. No matter how far you climb, remember the novice who first dared to dream, the moments of fumbling experimentation that tested your resolve. Honor those early steps by never closing yourself off to new lessons, fresh perspectives, or the simple wisdom of someone walking a parallel road. True masters remain eternal students, and in that posture of curiosity they discover innovations that rewrite the rules of possibility. The dawn of each new day is your invitation to rewrite your narrative. Never allow the past to cage you. Its lessons are gifts, not shackle. When regrets surface, transform them into roadmaps. What would you do differently? How can that insight refine your approach? Then release those regrets with gratitude, for they sharpen your discernment and propel you toward better choices. As your wealth flourishes, let it be measured not solely by your balance sheet, but by the breadth of transformation you catalyze. Track your impact ROI, the number of lives you've elevated, problems you've solved, systems you've improved. These metrics may elude traditional accounting, but they define the true scale of your legacy. And so as the curtain begins to fall on this script, though your story remains eternally in progress, gather these core principles and embed them into the DNA of your being. 1. Belief is the unwavering torch that lights your path. 2. Clarity is the compass that ensures you do not stray. 3. Purpose is the gravitational force that aligns every action. 4. Discipline is the engine that converts vision into reality. 5. Shaction, magnified by momentum, attracts opportunity. 6. Adaptability turns obstacles into tributaries of growth. 7. Resilience shatters limitations and forges character. 8. Shintuition bridges the conscious and the infinite. 9. Collaboration amplifies what one mind alone cannot. 10. Generosity multiplies wealth through the law of circulation. 11. Reflection refines strategy and deepens wisdom. Service transforms wealth into legacy. When these principles are woven together, they form an unbreakable chain, one that binds thought to action, action to progress, progress to legacy. This chain is your inheritance and your responsibility. It invites you to think bigger, move faster, and serve more deeply than you ever imagined possible. Now take a breath. Feel the crescendo of possibilities swelling within you. Let your chest expand with the certainty that you possess everything you need to claim unlimited wealth in every dimension: material, emotional, relational, and spiritual. The canyon of your mind, once shadowed by uncertainty, now glows with the golden light of realized dreams. The summit you sought is beneath your feet, and new peaks stretch off into the horizon, their heights limited only by the vastness of your vision. Carry forward the words you have heard as if they were keys to a hidden vault. Insert each key, a principle, a ritual, a mindset, into the lock of your daily life. Turn it with conviction and witness doors opening to rooms you never knew existed. Step through, claim the riches within, then move onward, ever curious, ever bold, ever generous. Your voiceover ends here, but your journey transcends these words. You have been armed with the blueprint for radical transformation. Now it is time to act. Train your mind not as a one-time exercise, but as a lifelong discipline. Feed it with the nutrients of belief and clarity. Toughen it with the weights of action and resilience. Expand it with the currents of collaboration and intuition, and protect it with the shield of gratitude and humility. Rise then as the master of your destiny. Let your life become a testament to the extraordinary power that courses through a mind trained to attract unlimited wealth. The world waits for the legacy only you can create. Go now. Carve your mark upon history, enrich the lives of countless others, and stand as living proof that when mind, heart, and action converge, there is no frontier too vast, no treasure too deep, no destiny too grand. The wealth you seek is already yours. It merely beckons you to claim it. Walk into that beckoning light, and let your greatness shine for all eternity.